Warning, what you're about to witness is disturbing. This footage shows real NFL and NBA athletes suffering career-altering injuries. We present these moments not for shock value, but with purpose, to examine whether such devastating incidents can be prevented or if they remain an inevitable part of the game. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, y'all, here we go. Today we're taking a look at the injuries across the NFL. It's only week 4 of the 2025 season, and we've already seen some major players go down with injury. And this is not a good look for any league. When you see guys on the ground from non-contact injuries, it makes you wonder, is the league doing everything they can to protect the players? But then you must think, in the NBA, we have seen this trend as well. During the playoffs, we saw 3 superstars go down. Football's a different sport. It's physical. It's violent. We've seen injuries over the years, but what is causing this recent uptick of injuries in both sports? We're going to take a look at that today. We're going to keep our eyes on the prize. I need y'all to stay locked in. We're getting started right now. All right, let's get started right here. Monday Night Football. At the beginning of the second half, Tua's in the gun in the empty set. He throws the ball to Tyreek. It looks like a routine play until he sits up right here. Instantly, you know that something is wrong. Your leg should not be turned this way. This is all bad, man. You never want to see anyone get hurt. You never want to see not one player on the field leave it in a worse shape than he started the game. It's a reality of the game that this happens. How did this happen? Let's look at how he's standing, how he's landing. At first, I thought it was this ankle that got hurt. I thought he dislocated his ankle on the first look, until the replay came back and I saw this angle here. And from this angle, you can tell he gets put in a very, very awkward position. His leg cannot support the weight and it gives out. Dislocating his knee. Tearing his ACL. We haven't got word anything else was going on. Was this on the field or was this on the game of football? When you're looking at what's going on in these incidents across the league, that we have seen, these examples, a lot of people keep talking about turf versus grass. This is natural grass right here. They said that on natural grass, it slides, but body positioning is a real thing. Unfortunately, in this violent game that we play, when you have weight and force working against you, bad things happen. I don't know if any surface could have prevented this. I highly doubt it. This is a very, very awkward position. How can the human body support this? Very odd play. It sucks to see someone that we've seen dominate around this league with top-end speed that does not come around, but every so generation, go out like this. This sucks to see. Let's keep going. Now let's take a look at another superstar. This right here is a young superstar on his way to take over the league, Malik Nabers. They switched the quarterbacks up in New York. It seems like things are on the up and up for the Giants, and then something like this happens. The knee gives out for Nabers when he's trying to make a play on the field. You may wonder and think, man, MetLife Stadium. This field has taken a lot of guys out the game. This turf surface is ruining it for players, ruining it for guys that we love to see. But is that the true case of what is going on? Are we seeing a true example of the field taking a player away? Or is it the body positioning and the press of what the human body can support? When you see Nabers launching right here, he's in an awkward position. His leg is planted. He's trying to pull the DB through so he can jump and make a play on the ball. Once again, I can't blame the surface more than the body position. If you put the same body position on a grass field and you're out of position, the human body, the joints, the alignment can only do so much. I'm not giving the NFL any bail. I'm not giving turf fields any bail. I'm talking about the reality of the sport and angles. Angles are important in the sport of football. They're important in every sport. You have to understand what the body can and cannot take. When you're getting put in these angles, you're playing fast. It seems like everything should be perfect, but it's too tough to predict what's going to happen next. That's why you must train a certain way, and sometimes bad luck happens. It appears here, to me, this was more an unfortunate event of trying to swipe someone by and make a play on the ball that took Malik Nabers out the game for the Giants for the rest of the season. Hopefully he can come back and he can recover 100%. Like I said before, this has been a very, very popular topic around the league, around the internet, everywhere. Anyone there's discussion, people have been chiming in, and for years they've been saying the fields are bad. We got to get away from the turf field. We got to get back to natural grass. We have to get on to playing games like this. I saw Odell Beckham tweet. He tweeted this right here. Dear NFL, I mean this with the utmost love and respect. We, the NFL, take all the precautions in the world with everything else. When it comes to players' health and safety, please, please, please get rid of the turf. Thank you in advance. Love. Respect. And you know I love the Giants, but death life has taken too many talented players away from the game. I know it's not all the turf's fault, but at least maybe it to where we've gotten all research done. There's a lot of typos in here, Odell. We're going to have to work on these typos. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all, look. Odell got a few typos in here. I'm going to fix them and make it work on the fly. Here we go. Respect, and you know I love the Giants, but death life has taken too many talented players away from the game. I know it's not all the turf's fault, but at least maybe get to where we've gotten all the research. So if the turf has to stay, it's at the highest of quality possible. At least we can start the discussion. My heart hurts for you, one. I know he feels that. As a guy who was injured, I know he understands what it takes to get back into top form. It's not an easy road. And when you're looking at these fields, you want to blame the turf. You want to blame everything. I know it's a terrible situation to be in. You don't want to see anyone get hurt, especially guys with so much promise and that mean so much to the city. That was the only bright spot in New York for the last 2 years. Let's keep going, though. Here we go. Now I want to show y'all something right here. This one's a little bit different. Austin Ekeler. He got hurt 2 weeks ago. Do y'all notice anything different about this field? This is a grass field. Lambeau Field. Legendary field. What do we see? We see Ekeler walking in open space. I want y'all to see this movement right here. The body can only take so much. When a player gets in this position right here, that Achilles cannot handle the load. The body's going to give out. I don't think this has anything to do with the surface. With it either being turf or natural grass. I don't see any difference of what the outcome could be when the body gets in that spot. And that's what I'm going to continue to show y'all. It's that one move right there that's getting everybody. It's that step back. When that step back right there, that weight loads, you're going to transfer. This is not a position that anyone would ever be in running. It's an unnatural position that players are finding themselves in. I don't have the answer to why, but I have to look at training and the body being tired and putting yourself in the best position from natural body habits to stay away from this. The issue is bigger than grass. It's bigger than turf. Like I said, I don't have the exact answer, but I just know that when the body hits that, it can only support so much. And there's a thin line, no pun intended, that the Achilles can hold, man. It's really tough seeing guys go down this way. It's really tough seeing top-end players get hurt. It sucks to see that. Once again, like I said before at the beginning of this tape, this issue is not only happening on the football field. We're seeing it on the NBA court as well. And you can't say anything about this surface. This is hardwood. This is the same court that Jordan played on, that Magic played on, that Larry Bird played on, that LeBron has played on for 20 years. What is different, though? Look at the step. Don't y'all remember I just showed you from Ekeler? Jason Tatum taking a step back before he's trying to go forward. That's not a natural place. When you're taught in speed training, you're taught in agility training to move forward. You don't ever take a step back to go forward. I don't know why this is happening. This has been a phenomenon, and it continues to happen, and we're seeing it so often, but I hate seeing guys like this. This is a superstar in the NBA. You never want to see that. Another superstar steps back the Achilles tears. I don't have the back angle right here, but I got one more for y'all. We see Tyreek Halliburton. Guys, this man's in game 7. It's game 7. You're expecting to go out there and win a championship. You fall short off a play like this. Once again, look at the body position. Look at the step back. This movement is taking top-end athletes out of the game, regardless of the surface, regardless of the sport. I hate to see this. I know y'all hate to see this too. We got to get to the bottom of what truly is causing this. It's way bigger than the surface. I think it starts in training. I think it starts in conditioning. Instead of looking for a problem, we need to look for a solution on how to prevent this. And it's easy to point fingers and to blame others and say, this is happening because this is going on. This is happening because we're not playing on the best surface. The turf is what's causing this. But when you really look at it from a bigger scope, there are a lot of different classifications of football from junior league to the NFL playing on this turf. The numbers of Achilles, the numbers of knees, they're high. There's a lot of football being played. But it's not so high that to me it's jumping out as alarming off the surface more than it's the game. This is not football. This is basketball, and we're seeing the same type of injury. Let's take a look now at what the maker of the turf has to say about their product. Here we go. All right, y'all. I need y'all to stay locked in. Here we go. We're on the FieldTurf website. FieldTurf is the company that makes the majority of the fields in the NFL and in college football and around the country for high schools as well. The leading manufacturer of football field turf systems. Our systems have redefined how football is played on the gridiron. FieldTurf is a leading manufacturer of football turf systems and the top choice for the NFL, powerhouse collegiate programs, and elite high schools across North America. Why FieldTurf is the leading choice for artificial turf football fields, state-of-the-art football experience, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, everything else. The biggest thing with these turf fields are that people have found out that grass is not sustainable. The field gets worn down. Everyone wants to use a grass field, and guess what it turns into? A dirt field. Nobody wants that. A company like this comes into play because they have figured it out. Look where these fields are installed in the NFL. Atlanta, Detroit, New England, Seattle, New York, Carolina, Cincinnati, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Tampa. In college, the University of Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame, Illinois, Michigan, Syracuse, Cal, Utah, Boise State, Rutgers, Kansas State. I know I don't see it, but you know the great state of Kansas, the great University of Kansas State. Kansas State University, that is. Get it straight. But anyway, this company here has a proven track record, and people love them. We played on them in high school. The GHSA. I've been playing on this field since I was in, I don't know, what's that? My 10th grade year when I switched schools that went to a turf field like this. I don't know, man. It's crazy when you see that so many people are blaming the fields, but I think that's an easy cop-out. I can't see it being the field problem. We've seen so many injuries on grass before it was turf. I think it's more of a training issue. I think it's more of a practicing issue where you have changed the game to where you're taking the load off of players, which in return, we've seen the effects from tackling, from soft tissue injuries to major ligament injuries. And before, they were beating players into the ground. When my dad played, they were doing two-a-days for a month straight. That's sick. A month straight of two-a-days every single day for 4 to 6 weeks is insane. That's how they got ready for the season in camp. That's not sustainable to the human body. Right here, they're proclaiming that not playing on field turf, you risk losing 5 more players per season to substantial injuries. Can we verify that? I don't know. I'm not about to read all that right now. I'm pretty sure y'all ain't going to stay locked in for that. But I do believe that the numbers will show that the game of football has been healthier in the span of turf being installed because of the consistent basis. Yes, there are injuries, but are those injuries all because of the turf? Some will be because of the turf, the same way that some will be because of grass. But a lot has to do with the training regimen, the preparation, and what we're seeing in today's sports medicine age versus the old school, I'm a warrior. It's like a battle of things going on, right? We have not found the perfect blend. And I think that's showing in all sports. In basketball, in football. Well, I don't know the other sports, but definitely those two. We're seeing it in those two. And the results on the court, on the field, it's what's more precise and helps people see the big picture more than seeing a one-off case. I hate to see a superstar go down. When you do one guy out of how many? We check the numbers. It can't all just be the turf. We can't just change it all because of one thing. And these NFL teams are not going to do that. That's thinking how they think. We're not about to change it and put all this money into it. These are billion-dollar changes. If the NFL turns their back on artificial turf, that means every organization of football is going to have to change it and say that's not the standard. The NFL sets the standard. So realistically, it's not going to change. Let's keep going, though. We got more film to see. Come on, let's keep going. All right, y'all, we're back on turf. The Chargers versus the Broncos. They're going play action. Najee Harris falls down before Justin Herbert can even fake the ball to him. What's going on? Are we seeing the turf get him? Are we seeing body position? Look at the movement. Once again, the body gets put in that position that it cannot take. The human body can only withstand so much, and we have to get away from this step back as we keep seeing that explosion in the calf. That is the Achilles popping. And man, it's like a sickening feeling in my stomach seeing a player go down without being touched. But right here, we can't blame the turf, though. Like what? I'm just kind of confused when people say it's the turf's fault. How is it the turf that's doing that compared to the step? You're saying, oh, the grass would have gave, but he still would have took this step, though. I don't think the grass would have made a difference. If y'all think so, y'all tell me. More, like I said before, it's the loading of the body, right? And we've seen this consistently between players and surface. We just saw Ekeler on grass, and the same thing happened. Right there, we see the turf take another player, but was it truly the turf? I got one more clip I want to show y'all. All right, y'all, I need y'all to stay locked in. This is the last clip I'm going to show y'all, then we're going to talk a little bit. I need y'all's eyes and ears for this one. Listen to what's going on. It's funny how the narrative has changed. We're going to talk about this at the end. I played in this game right here. I remember when this happened. Let's go.
Houston Texans star Reliant has filed a lawsuit blaming the old turf in what was then Reliant Stadium for a career-ending injury.
Ryans was playing for the Philadelphia Eagles against the Texans in 2014 when he hurt his Achilles tendon.
All right, look. Give y'all some background. Ryans, long-time Texan. He's playing for the Eagles. It's his second year with the Eagles. They're playing us in Houston in Reliant Stadium. If y'all don't know, but Reliant Stadium is what they used to call NRG Stadium or NRG Field, whatever they call it now. It switched in 2015, but that's a side story. In 2013, 2014, my first 2 years there, they used to bring the grass in every single week in blocks. They would build the field like a puzzle. They would have grass growing on pallets. They would move it in. And on each spot where the grass would connect, it was like a square, where each block would connect, they just threw down sand. Look at the field's quality. This field was terrible. Every single week, this was a terrible surface to play on. Terrible. So bad that when it switched to turf, we were happy. No one was complaining. Let's keep going. Hear what they got to say.
He says problems with the grass turf laid in sections caused the injury. That turf was replaced last year. Ryan says just one of several players and coaches who called it unsafe.
We want to make sure the same thing doesn't happen again. I mean, if clubs, stadiums, and organizations are allowed to maintain dangerous conditions on their fields, that can affect all of us, even kids that play on fields at their high schools. These need to be safe. And if it's got to start at the top.
All right, look. You heard what he said, right? It has to start at the top. If the fields aren't safe for kids in high school, that's a major thing. If the fields aren't safe for the top end players, that is an even bigger issue. Because if they're not playing on the best fields, how do you expect the kids to play on an okay field? That's where the turf conversation goes a little crazy. Because that was the resolution to a bad field within a big stadium. They wanted a natural grass field inside of a big concrete stadium that's not made for grass, and they brought it in pallets. So for everyone saying, yo, you can just fix the stadiums and everything will be good, like, how is that possible? It's not possible. I don't think the turf is that big of an issue. Is it the best surface to play on? No. But how will you ever find the best surface? As soon as someone gets hurt in grass, you'll be complaining about grass. Is grass the natural surface? Of course. It's more natural to play on grass, 100%. In the stadiums that have it, it's a great mix-up than the stadiums who don't. But I don't think every team is about to spend billions of dollars changing up the structure of their field. Overseas, the soccer stadiums, they all have grass. Is it possible to switch the stadiums? 100% it is. But I don't think these teams are going to invest in all of this because what it's going to do to the game. You're changing this one little aspect in the NFL. It's a trickle-down effect. And it's a lot of money involved. Like I said, $1 billion. Big B's. $1 billion move in the business of football. The NFL owns the business of football. Look around. Look at the advertising. It's all on the wall. They're not trying to make that commitment. Not until something is proven that the turf is causing all of these problems. As we have taken a look at today, it's not all on the turf. A lot of it is body positioning. A lot of it is weight on players, fighting, trying to get your feet in the right spot, misstepping, stepping backwards. There's a lot of things going on, and it's very easy to blame the enemy, right? Like the turf, it's the turf. But I just think we need to focus on how to maintain and how to step it up another level as players, as coaches, as trainers. Those type of things have to be driven in and pushed more than sitting here saying it's just the field. It's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless because it's not happening every time someone steps on the field. I saw a clip of Najee Harris. I might play it at the end if y'all want to take it out. If y'all want to check it out, if y'all got the patience to sit here and watch. I worry about y'all's patience sometimes. We live in a world, it's hard, a lot of distractions. Try to keep these videos short. Najee Harris said, I like playing on turf fields. You know what? I'm going to cue it up. I'm going to cue up what he said right now. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is from November 25th, 2022. Here we go. Listen to Najee Harris.
Just all the same.
I like playing on turf better, me personally, just because in Alabama, we always call it the Mercedes-Benz because we played there a lot. The championship game, obviously, and all that. So we'll call that a home game for us. So we love playing there. So, for me to play in another indoor stadium, it takes me back to college where I just like playing indoors. So that's just me personally. I know other people on the team don't like it. A lot of people who gets mad that we're practicing inside just because of all the turf and stuff. They don't really like it. Especially Pat.
Najee, what do you like about turf? What makes it better for you?
So obviously I'm a bigger guy, so I put a lot more force in the ground when I cut. Sometimes on the grass, it's that dirt, so sometimes I slip a little bit outside. And our grass up there is not good. Obviously you see us slipping every day in practice, but so when it's in the turf, I don't know. I just feel like I just like it more personally.
Do you worry about injuries in turf? I know that's why some guys really say that they don't like it. They prefer natural grass.
That's not really a question I want to answer. If an injury can happen literally anytime.
Right.
I don't want to jinx myself.
But you don't have any extra concerns, worries about playing on turf or
I don't want to answer.
All right, look, y'all. So I think he answered it for us right there. He understands that the injuries are part of the game. He also said that he likes playing on turf better than grass. There's pros and cons to everything. It can never be perfect. The only thing that we can do and we can focus on and work on is putting ourselves in the best situation to be successful. You cannot determine when an injury happens. You can't foresee it. This is not Minority Report. You have to go out there and put yourself in the best situation for success. That comes from training. That comes from preparation. Rest. There's a lot of eating the right things. There's a lot of things that go into it that mean this much, that go this far. The small things go a million miles. And it's unfortunate that these guys got hurt. We can't pinpoint one reason to why it happened. But I think the discussion about the turf is overblown in the grand scheme of the injuries and the focus point. Let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far, you know I appreciate you so much, dog. You know I know you locked in with me. Different style video today. Hope y'all like the change up. Every good pitcher has a change up. You know, y'all know what time it is with me, man. You know we're gonna keep hitting them back to back. I feel like Barry Bonds without the juice though. I'm juiced up, but not like that. And I don't care if Barry's on a juice too, by the way. This is random, but Barry Bonds is the best hitter of the baseball this world's ever seen. Best eye for contact. And I don't think he was, man, stop playing. But anyway. Let's keep going, y'all. Let's get to the next play. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Share this. Someone told me to tell y'all to hype the video. Hope y'all saw that hype button I put in at the beginning. It means press that muff. You feel me? We got more plays to watch, more games to break down. I hope you locked in with me. I appreciate you. Are you ready? All right, then. Let's go.